Polynomials. After watching this video, I will be able to multiply a monomial with a polynomial. First, let's remember what a monomial and a binomial is. Monomial is basically anything that just has one term. So if we're multiplying things, dividing things, doesn't really matter. So here, this 2 is my monomial. And then a binomial is a polynomial with two terms. So I have 5x is one term, 8 is another term. So I want to multiply these things together, and I'm basically going to distribute. So 2 times 5 is 10. X comes along for the ride. Then 2 times 8 is 16. So because it's positive, plus 16. And now I simplify this by multiplying. Now, what happens when your monomial has a variable? Well, this is basically going to have the same idea, but now we need to remember laws of exponents when we're multiplying things together. So when you have the same base, you would add exponents. So here, it's going to get a little tricky if you really don't know your laws of exponents. So first, we're going to deal with our numbers, just like we would. 3 times 6 is 18. But now, for our terms, our exponents, we have the same base, and because we are multiplying, we're going to use the multiplication property, which says to add exponents. So 1 plus 2 gives me 3. And I'm going to repeat this in each term. So now we're going to do 3n times a negative 6n. Well, 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. And now we're going to do our n's, our variables. So n times n, keep the base, add exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2. We're going to do this one more time with the negative 1. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. There is no n to multiply by, so the n just comes along. N times 1 is just n. And that would be our answer. So now you try, we're going to multiply the monomial with a trinomial. Okay, so let's see what happens. We're going to do our numbers independently. So remember, we're just multiplying our numbers like we would distribute anyways. So 4 times 5 is 20. But now for our bases, our b, the variable, you keep the base, keep the letter b, and then add exponents. So 1 plus 2 is 3. We're going to do the same thing with my numbers. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. And now with our bases, b plus b, well, b times b, keep the base, add exponents, so 2. Now we're going to go back. 4 times 6, well, that's 24. So positive 24. There is no other b to multiply by, so we just keep the b. Notice how we're basically just adding a b as we continue, because we had 2 b's and then we multiplied by 1 or added 1. We had 1 b, then we added another. We had no b's, and then we added 1. So our correct answer should have been C.